Hey folks, this is kind of an exciting video for me to make for you today. The reason being is that I maybe, fingers crossed, found a new holy grail for us photographers. And what that holy grail is a standalone image backup solution that doesn't require a computer or a tablet or anything like that. It is a new device that just came out, and I was on the first or second shipment of this new product, and I'm super happy to open it up and take a look at it with you today. Now, there's a couple of videos out there on YouTube about these, but they're really from a technical or a tech perspective. I'm going to take a look at this with the lens of a photographer, because that's what I am, and that's what I bought this for, and that's hopefully what you are since you're watching this video. Now, you know, over the years, I think we've all looked for ways to back up our images while traveling on photo workshops or just trips in general. And there's never been a good long-term sustainable solution to doing this without a computer and an external hard drive. There's been a few standalone devices that have come and gone over the years, like the unbox was really, really good. But they went away, and that product kind of quit working after their support went away, so that is no longer good. You know, there's a great product out there right now called the CloudZentainer, which is a real small portable unit, backs up images really well. The interface is a little bit clunky to use. I had a chance to use it in Greenland last year, and it did what it needed to do, back up my images, but using it was a little bit challenging, but the hard part with that product, even though it works really well, is it's about $600. So, you know, over the years I've tried all these little portable, small, cheap hubs that you can find from Amazon to connect to a tablet and an external hard drive. I've tried different dongles and tablets, because I'll usually have an iPad with me to read on, and I thought, why not use that as sort of a go-between my memory cards and my external hard drive. And so I'd bring a little SSD in my tablet, and then have all these various cables and maybe a hub in between, and try to get images backed up from my card to my hard drive. And I tell you, it just never worked well for me, to the point where I wanted to keep using it. I tried for a year on various workshops, and it just never worked. And largely because the iOS that Apple has built is not great at file management. It's great for user interface and swiping around and apps and games and all sorts of stuff, but when it comes to hardcore file management, it doesn't work all that well. And I ended up with either missed files or 3 duplicates of an existing file, and it turned into an absolute mess. So I kind of quit using iOS as a way to do this. And so I've been looking for a new product to fill this need of backing up my images while I travel. You know, I'm fortunate that a lot of my workshops I can either drive or fly domestically, and I can bring a laptop and an external hard drive, and it makes it real easy. But there are certain trips, like I'm going, last year I went to Greenland, going up to Alaska, Iceland, Africa, trips like that where you really have to pare down your weight and your size, and you maybe don't want to bring a full laptop. Those are the times where I need a way to back up my images, because I want at least 2, if not 3 backups of my files as I'm traveling on these workshops, because I don't want to lose them. So about 4 or 5 months ago, something crossed my vision, and it was coming out of Kickstarter. And it was this new product out of Kickstarter that was designed for backing up images and really providing a seamless storage solution. And so I read about it, I researched it, and I decided to put my own money down and put in a pledge on Kickstarter, and I just got the product about 4 or 5 days ago. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a great solution, and I wanted to do this video to kind of show you the unboxing of this product and give you a little tour of what it's like and how it may fit for photographers. So what this product is, it's called the Pocket Cloud from a company called StationPC. And this is, they build this as a portable NAS, portable network attached storage. And so what they have is they have docks that can connect to your computer. And this little storage device, you can take it with you, and when you come home, you just plug it into your dock and images upload automatically into your computer. It's got all of these types of things. It's got Ethernet connectivity, Bluetooth connectivity, Wi-Fi connectivity. It's got all of this type of stuff to act as a portable network attached storage. That's great and fine. For me, I didn't want the whole NAS architecture. I don't need that. I've got a couple of NASs here, and I don't really need that. But what I wanted was a portable solution to back up my files. And so I bought just the unit itself without the attached docks or anything like that. So I got this about 4 or 5 days ago, and I've been waiting to open this up until I could shoot this video for you. So let's kind of jump in and unbox this thing and see what it looks like. All right, I don't normally do unboxing videos and gear videos that much, so bear with me while I do this. Might be a little amateurish, but I want to show you what it looks like. So here is the box outside of the outer carton, so we'll go ahead and open this up. Now, when you buy the Pocket Cloud from StationPC, you have a choice of configuration. You can have no memory installed, or you could have up to 4 terabytes of memory installed. And for this case, I chose to have 2 terabyte SSD installed into the StationPC because I figured that will be sufficient enough for me for one trip. I don't need to store all my photos for all the time. I just need to have ample space for that one trip. So with the cover off, or with the wrapping off, let's go ahead and open this up and see what it looks like. Come on, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. All right, we'll get that out of there. Of course, we have our wonderful user manual that is not super thick, but that's okay. It's just all the basic stuff, and you can get more information online. Here itself is the unit, the portable NAS device. So far, feels really nice. You know, it's substantial enough, but it's not super bulky. This comes with 32 milliamp hours of batteries. It's about 6 hours worth of use. And so what you see on the StationPC device, of course, the front, this is just a bumper, cooling slots on the sides, which is great, but this is really where the magic happens. If you have the dock, these are little magnets that will attach to the dock, but this has a USB-A port that does data and power. This has an SD card slot, and then it has a USB Type-C slot as well. And the cool thing about this device versus some of the other products that have been out there, there's a small little LCD screen, and there's a knob here that you can rotate. You can see that this came fully charged. It's a real nice little simple user interface. I'll show you more of how we use it. And that's really all there is to it. And then in the rest of the pieces in the box, I would assume, so we have a small little screwdriver if I wanted to change any of the SSDs that are in the unit, which is great. I have an included wall wart that's a USB plug, very nicely looking. And I would assume that this is my USB cable. So it's USB-C to USB-C. And that's it. That's what I got in the box. So when I originally put my money down on Kickstarter for a 2 terabyte version, I think it was just about 300, $325. You can buy a bare bones one without any memory installed for $269, or with a dock, it's $369 is the price for these things. And the dock, really, if you want to have this as an external storage device on your computer at home and have the network attached storage that you can access via the cloud or via the app, it's a really good value for an NAS type of device. So, it's not as cheap as the stuff that you see on Amazon. It's not as expensive as the Cloud Zen Tainer, sorry. It's kind of right in the middle, but I think the functionality might prove to be the tipping point to say that this could be the best value. All right, when you first power this on, what you need to do is notice that there is a rotational button here, but it's also, you can push the button. So when I push and hold this down for 3 seconds, you'll see the LCD screen start to come to life. Really handy. I love the fact of having an LCD screen on this device so I can see what's going on. The first screen that comes up shows you your storage capacity and your battery life remaining. So I'm at 91%, and I've got 1.86 terabytes of data left. And as I rotate the dial, we go through different modes. So I can go to my device info, I can get a serial number, anything like that if you want. I can connect this, so USB drive mode, I can connect this to my computer and use this as an external hard drive. I can back up as a USB drive, and I can do my SD card backup, which is the thing that I'm really interested in. And one more bit, and I'm right back to this home screen where I started. And to turn it off, all you need to do is hold it down for 3 seconds, and the screen goes off. So 2 other points of interest that's kind of fun. You've already seen the LCD screen here, and it's orientational, if that's a real word. But when I rotate the StationPC one side or another, the LCD screen rotates itself, so it's always reading the right side up. That's kind of cool. I really dig that. Second thing is that they do offer a very robust application here that you can download onto your iPhone or Google phone, whatever it may be, and it's real simple to get it. Either in the instruction manual, there's a QR code, but they also put a QR code in the information section on the LCD screen that you could scan with your phone. Go to the application store, the app store, and then just download the app, which I did. That all went extremely well, and as I went through the first setup with the application, what it asks you to do is power on the device, number one, so your phone can find the StationPC device, and then it creates a connection there, and then it asks to create a connection to your home network, your home Wi-Fi, which is great. And then the next thing that it did is that there was a firmware update, so it downloaded the firmware update, and it's now time to use the app and the StationPC Pocket Cloud. So I'll give you just a quick highlight of the app as I see it today, and this is the very first time I've used and seen this app. So at the top, it shows you your device information with how much used space and how much remaining space, what devices I have connected to the Pocket Cloud, and then some common tasks. So it's got some shortcuts for some common tasks such as backup, photos, cinema, download, local share, favorites, that kind of stuff. And then you can see a recent view. And down here at the bottom, I've got files, photos, cinema, so movies that I've taken that I've backed up, so it distinguishes between photos and videos and puts them in a little bit different section. And then some device management functionality all within this app. So the app looks extremely good. And I'm looking forward to actually doing my first backup and seeing what the app looks like. All right, let's do our first backup. Now I have a standard SD card that I pulled out of my Fujifilm camera. I shot a few images around the house, and so I'm going to try to do the backup for the first time. So really, SD card just goes into this slot, and it seats in there firmly. Need a little bit of a fingernail. And instantly, the Pocket Cloud detected an SD card and it says, do you want to back this up? And I'm going to say yes, so all I have to do to say yes is to push the button, and it is calculating the storage time, and then now it is starting to back up the photographs. So when it's complete, the system says SD card has been backed up. Great, didn't take long at all. And I'll just hit the back button, and you can see there's a little check mark next to SD card backup. And now if I go to our information screen, I can see that I've got a lot more data that's being stored in the Pocket Cloud. Okay, so now I went into my app on my phone, and because these are Wi-Fi connected, I don't need the internet or the cloud or anything like that for these two, my phone and the Pocket Cloud, to connect. And so I see that, again, the memory used equals what I saw on the device itself. And when I come down here to photos, there are all the photos that I have backed up to the device. And as I scroll through them, it's reading them from the Pocket Cloud, and it's just a few images sitting in my office chair here. Fantastic. So I can preview, I can look at my images directly from the backed up 2 terabyte SSD that I have in that StationPC. Yeah, so I couldn't ask for anything more initially. So one of the things that bugged me about all of my previous methodologies for backing up photographs was doing incremental backups. I may shoot a card one day, do a backup that night, and then because the card was maybe not half full, I'll go out and shoot that same card the second day, and I will back that up. In the past, oftentimes I ended up with duplicate photographs. I'm hoping that with this system and with the user interface on the application, that's not going to happen. So what I did is I took a few more photographs on the same cards, and I'm going to put them back into the StationPC Pocket Cloud and see what happens. Now again, I haven't tried this before, so you're seeing this the first time I'm seeing this. So this isn't rehearsed, staged, or anything like that. This is my first attempt at using this device with very little familiarity with it. And so I want to kind of give it a real world test of what it may do. So let's take a look at what happens when I put the memory card in. All right, just like before, I'm going to slip the memory card into the device. It says, do I want to back it up? Yes, I do. And it's calculating the space, and it's starting the backup. And I only took, half a dozen or more photographs, so it says that it's done. So let's go back. I want to eject this card, and I shot a video on the other card, so I want to see what's going to happen there. I need longer fingernails to get this card to stick inside the slot. There we go. So we'll wait for it to register and recognize the card. Oh, it took just a brief second to register that there's information on the card. All right, so we're done with that. All right, on the application, after that second upload with an already used card, you can see I've got all my photographs here. And what I did learn is that the movie file that I took also ended up in this photo section, which in and of itself isn't a bad thing. And if I want to delete a photograph out of here, all I have to do is hold it down just a little bit, and the check mark appears next to that photograph. I can quickly delete it. I can select all and delete. I can do stuff like that. All right, so after that second backup, I looked on my phone, And then I also plugged this into my computer and looked at the files that were copied onto the hard drive. So I looked at this as an external hard drive, and I validated each of the files, and guess what? This did an incremental backup, which means that any files that were previously copied from the card, my first backup, did not get recopied in the second backup. So only the new images that I shot were copied onto the Pocket Cloud. This is huge. This is a game changer. Trying to manage duplicates in the field while you're tired, working on little screens like this, or no screens at all, or iOS, it's always been an absolute pain. And this does an incremental backup naturally. There's no settings, no jiggers, nothing I need to do to do that. It just naturally is set up that way. This is huge for me, and I think it's going to be a massive game changer for me while I do backups out in the field. So I'm super stoked, super excited about how well this thing functions. And then the other thing to mention with the StationPC, there's a general settings functionality within the box here that you can manage the storage space, or on the app itself when you get home after you've transferred all of this to your computer. You can format or reformat the hard drive that's in here. So there are easy ways to do that, just to clear this out and get started for the next trip. So I'm really looking forward to that sort of functionality. What I'll do here in a little bit is I will connect this to my computer and see what the files look like, see what the file system looks like, how easy it is to manage from the device onto my external storage array that I have here set up. So we'll just kind of see where it goes. But the exciting news is for me is that I'm going to be taking this up to Alaska in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be heading up there for a photo workshop. I've got a group and we're going to go photograph the grizzly bears. And so I'm going to take this up there and use it on a nightly basis to back up my files. I will have a computer and a hard drive just because I have to do some teaching while I'm there. But I want to run this through some real world paces out there in the field. So stay tuned for a bigger report on the StationPC Pocket Cloud portable NAS solution. I think this is going to be a good deal for photographers. So far, I think it's going to be good. You guys have been with me on this journey as I've just unboxed and discovered what this thing will do and how to use it. And so far, it's a super easy thing to use between the application and the Pocket Cloud itself, the screen on the Pocket Cloud. Real easy to navigate, real easy to understand what I'm supposed to do. Relatively small, relatively lightweight. And I think this is going to be an awesome solution for me going forward. So stay tuned for more videos on the Pocket Cloud, because I'm sure I'll make some more. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please feel free to click the subscribe button, tickle the bell, get notified, all that kind of good stuff. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. And you guys I hope you have a great, great day. All right. Bye-bye.